And if you can't hear me, please let me know. I have family here in the background. And if they're being loud, I'll go yell at them for you.
Okay.
Okay, so this is week 2 of our onboarding program, of our 8-week program. Again, just to kind of reiterate, the purpose of this is to kind of break down training in piece by piece, so you just get a better understanding of not only injecting neurotoxin and microneedling and chemical peels, but also the charting process and all of the processes that kind of go across with MFL. Okay, so for this week, what we're going to be going over is we're going to be going over the frontalis muscle with neurotoxin. We're going to talk about the toxin expiration rules, how you offload product, how you label product. Then for the AR side, we're going to go over how you apply promotions and then also how you take wallet payments. And then this week for the homework, you're going to do 10 reach outs. You're going to post 2 times on social media. And you were going to post a before and after of a lip flip. And I already have that graphic for you. So I will post it on the Facebook page. And then you will also do one education post about the benefits of neurotoxin. Okay, so let's talk about the frontalis review. So quick recap, how you reconstitute all of the neurotoxins, Botox and Dysport. Botox and Jeuveau, you are going to reconstitute at 2.5 mLs. Dysport, you are going to reconstitute at 3 mLs. The frontalis is considered a medium muscle group, so it can handle 5 fluid units into each injection point. You have 2 types of foreheads. You have a regular forehead, which will require 7 injection points. And then you also have a petite forehead, which requires 4. For a regular forehead, what you do for that very first injection point, you go between the pupil and the lateral canthus, 2-finger breaths, or roughly 2 centimeters straight up, and that is your first injection point. The second injection point is going to be medial canthus, straight up, and then again, walking across the forehead, medial canthus, straight up. Then the fourth one on the end is going to be between pupil and lateral canthus, straight up. Then you're going to do the additional row because the patient has a regular forehead, so it does require 2 rows. You will go pupil straight up, nose straight up, and then pupil straight up. So again, for a total of 7 injection points, 5 fluid units into each injection point. So you will pull up 35 fluid units. If you were injecting Dysport, you would chart 35. If you're injecting Botox or Jeuveau, you would inject that regular 30 fluid units, but then you would go and you would chart instead of 5. So you would chart 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So for charting purposes only, that's where you kind of remember your Bible. 10 equals 4, 5 equals 2, 2.5 equals 1. Hi, Wanalee, how are you?
Oops. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, good to see you.
Oh, great. Good to see you too. I'm sorry I missed last week.
No worries.
I must have missed the memo.
No worries.
I watched the video though.
Perfect. Every week we're going to be here, and you're going to have people from Virginia and Texas on here. So the whole cohort's kind of moving forward together. So I'm just kind of reviewing frontalis. Quick review. Again, Botox and Jeuveau, you reconstitute at 2.5. Dysport, you reconstitute at 3 mLs. The frontalis is a medium muscle group, which means it can handle 5 fluid units into each injection point. So 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. For a regular forehead, a small or petite forehead would be 5, 5, 5, 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20 for a petite forehead. If you were going to chart Botox or Jeuveau, you would chart 2, 4, 6, 8. You would chart 8 units. So again, just to kind of recap, so this would be considered a regular forehead. So in between the pupil and the lateral canthus, 2-finger breaths up, 5 fluid units, medial canthus, 5 fluid units, medial canthus, 5 fluid units, in between pupil and lateral canthus, 5 fluid units, and then you do pupil straight up, nose straight up, and then pupil straight up, regular forehead. All right. Any questions about a forehead? Very fast review. Last week, we talked about the glabella.
I had a quick question. Do you adjust the injection point if you see a deeper
So
crease?
just because you have a deeper kind of resting stasis or static line doesn't mean that you have to kind of move it around. You might have to add additional ones to it. You might have to want to add a 2.5 on either side of those dots. Sometimes I'll do that, but as far as like bifurcating the lines, I don't necessarily do that, because then that's how you're also going to kind of get a Spock eye. Because if you don't treat that in between that pupil and that lateral canthus, that straight up, if you don't treat that and you leave that muscle still firing, that patient has a higher chance of getting a Spock eye. So usually what I'll do, if I need to add additional units, I'll kind of bifurcate that line, still continue to do that 5 fluid units there, but I'll do 2.5 and 2.5 on either side of it. And that's just to kind of soften that, but it won't cause a brow ptosis. But that's a great question. Perfect. Any other questions? Excellent. All right, so let's talk about the toxin rules. So whenever you are after your launch party and you go and you officially order neurotoxin, you will, and you go and you open your first bottle, you're going to make sure that you label the neurotoxin. You need to make sure that you put the date that you opened it and the amount that you reconstituted the bottle with, and then also your initials. What that amount does is it lets that next injector know how much that you actually reconstituted that bottle with, because we have some injectors who in our company who might get that bottle, they might do hyper concentrated, they might do 1-to-1. And so you just need to have an idea of what you're getting from that injector. If you need to adjust your fluid units, you absolutely can, but that's the reason why we have you put the amount that you actually did the reconstitution with. And then obviously the date on there, because the date that you open it, that product is good for 30 days. Now, every company is a little different, and we have an ongoing internal clinical trial that we are doing with how long neurotoxin is actually good for. If you look at the date on the insert of Botox and Dysport and Jeuveau and Daxi and Zim and all of them, they will all say the product has to be used within 24 hours. Obviously, that's not what happens in the field. You will see anywhere between 2 weeks up to 6 months. So we arbitrarily kind of chose the 30-day mark, but we're doing an internal trial to really see what the efficacy of that product is after you reconstitute it. And we're seeing like 3+ months, the product is still perfectly fine. But currently, we are still sitting at 30 days. So I just wanted to let y'all know where we're at with that. So that is also for the expiration. Now, once that product is reconstituted, like I said, currently it is 30 days. That might change in the future after we get additional data. I want to make sure that there isn't any change in the neurotoxin at all. So we'll probably do another 6 more months of this trial, and that might be changed, but currently it's just sitting at 30 days. That neurotoxin also must be refrigerated before and after reconstitution. So this is what it's going to look like when you label the product. Again, the initials are on there, the date, and then what you reconstitute it with. So this is obviously Dysport that this particular injector opened, and they did the hyper concentrated at 1.5. And then as you inject it, you subtract units actually on the bottle. That's just an easy, quick reference so you can see how much you've used. That way, whenever Stephanie does get the product back, if it does have to go to corporate, or if you do hand it to another injector, instead of having to go through your traceability through aesthetic record, you can just take a quick glance at the bottle and it will tell you exactly how much you've used out of it. So, which is really great. You also need to know that we do calculate some evaporation in there. So don't be alarmed if you draw it up and you're like, oh my gosh, there's like 4 or 5 units missing. That is totally normal because of evaporation. So we do calculate that out. So just don't worry about it. Okay, how do you order a product? So the product order link is on Bamboo. So you will go ahead and you can log into Bamboo. It is also on the Facebook page. So if you just type into the Facebook page in the search engine, product order link, that link will pop up for you. You can also go to Bamboo and it's in that section as well. And you literally just fill everything out. It does ask if you want to have the product sent via UPS or FedEx. And that's just because some people say, oh, their FedEx driver is terrible or their UPS driver is always late. So it's really just your preference. We will do it whatever way you want, but it will be shipped overnight on ice to you. So we do want to make sure whichever route you choose that you are comfortable with and you know that they deliver to your house. Okay, so let's go over. Let me pause this one and we're going to play this one. So this is how you are going to go and do the product reviews. So let's watch this one first. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit play. So you're going to type in for the promotions and you're going to type in the patient's either last name or first name. So I'm going to kind of go through that whole process. I've already kind of clicked on the patient and I've already kind of put all of their information in. I've already put in their appointment fee. So I'm going to kind of walk through that whole process. And this is something that y'all already kind of did with your homework assignment last week. So you're going to want to make sure you click the correct consents. You're going to upload all of your photos. Please make sure you take the correct photos. In this particular example, I just uploaded the template. The particular photos that you do need to take needs to be your face relaxed and then your face looking angry, eyebrows up, and then smile to the right and then smile to the left. That will save you a lot of headache in the future. And this is where you're going to obviously pay yourself first, choose the appropriate appointment fee. I walk through the product. You're going to make sure if you're asking yourself, is this a tiered product or a variant product? If you are if you're a tiered product or a non-tiered product. If you are a non-tiered product, you're going to click on that product link. If you're a tiered product, you're going to click on the variant link. Okay, so this is where you can see how much is actually the patient will owe. And you can see that it is validating the internal promotions that Aspire and Evolus have. So Aspire is going to be for Dysport. So I'm giving this patient Dysport. So it will automatically calculate any promotions they have. If there's any internal stuff going on, or if there's anything that Galderma is offering, all of that is going to be auto-populated into your system, which is excellent. The only time it is not auto-populated is going to be with Allergan with Botox. So there is a two-step process for that. But for Evolus, which is Jeuveau, and Galderma, which is Dysport, it is completely integrated with Aesthetic Record. So if you do want to add a promotion, once you go to the promotions page, you're going to see a list of different promotions. Let me see if I can make this just a smidge bigger. So you're going to see a list of different promotions. Fast forward this one, go back all the way. So ignore the screen on the right side. So we're just going to be paying attention to the left side. So when you go over, you can see that it's validating those Aspire promotions. Again, Aspire is going to be Dysport or Galderma. When you click on promotions up here, it's going to show you a list of different promotions. So on there, it said like failed toxin. It has finesse treatments. It has friends and family discount. You have our different specials. So any specials that we have, the second that you click on it, you will see that bottom blue box change and it will automatically come off. If you accidentally select one, just click it again and it will remove it. So this is going to be for all of our promotions. Very easy. Your self-injection discount will also be in there as well. It's just a reminder, you do get 55% discount on your own personal injections. And then you're going to go through the entire checkout process for that. So now I'm going to have you look over to the right side of the screen. And what this is going to do, I'm going to show you how you actually take money from a patient's wallet. So if I back up just a smidge. So if I go here, this is the main page. I can click on these three dots in the upper right-hand corner and I click on wallet. Now, this is going to be important if a patient is a VIP member. Their wallet will automatically be added here. Or if a patient accidentally tips you or gives you some overchange, if they accidentally tip you on their credit card, we will go ahead and put that money and we will put it in their wallet. Again, tips for medical personnel are considered illegal. So we will take that money and we will automatically put it in the wallet for them. We cannot give that to you because it is considered illegal, at least in the state of Texas. So you're going to click on wallet and it will show how much money this patient currently has in their wallet. If they're a VIP member, this current balance will be anywhere between $50, which is the minimum in there because it deducts $50 a month. I've had patients that have $400 a month just because they haven't gotten services in a while, and it automatically kind of continues to add in there. So you can use that current balance. Now, if the patient is getting Botox, okay, remember I said how it's not fully integrated. This is going to be that two-step process that you have to do. So you're going to go into the patient's wallet and you're going to click on the Alley points. And I'll kind of walk you through how I do that. So when you see Alley, you're going to slide your finger just a little bit over to the left and you're going to hit add. So this is a manual process. Okay. And then once you click add, you're going to type in exactly the coupon code that the patient shows you. So for Alley, that is for Botox. If the patient has a Botox coupon that they bought or some Alley points, they will actually generate a particular coupon for you. What you will do is you will put the amount in here. So I'm going to put $50. And then for the reason, I'm going to put that coupon code that shows up on their actual coupon on their phone. Okay, so that's going to be kind of that two-step process that you don't have to do with the other ones. So I think I put $10 on this one. Oh, this one, I'm sorry. I'm actually showing how you do if a patient accidentally gives you a tip, you can add that manually to their wallet. So I did that for the dollar amount. And now you can see that patient has $10. So this one is where I do the Alley. Type in $50. And then I go to the reason and I put that code or that certificate number and I will type in that code. Now what that does is we have another internal admin member. He will go in and whatever code that you put in, he will go through our Alley system and he will automatically apply that code for you. So you don't have to do the back end on the side of the Alley program, but you do need to put the code in there. That way Bernard knows which code to grab to go and apply it for you. All right. So any questions about how to apply coupons? Excellent. Okay, so for this week, your homework assignment is you're going to do 10 reach outs. You are also going to post 2 times on social media. You're going to post a before and after. I already have that kind of photo for you. And then you're also going to post the benefits of neurotoxin. This is something that you're going to generate completely yourself. Please tag me in it. You can use my SC Wine Boss. You can also use the aesthetic emergency injector as well. Any of those social media platforms or those social media profiles you can use to tag me. And then you're going to continue your social media following. I want you to look up the program AAFE and then also Injector Bunny. Both of those social media people they have a lot of education on there. They post wonderful before and after, and especially the AAFE, they really do kind of give you great tips and tricks again, you're just trying to continue to add those tools to your toolbox that as you progress through your aesthetic journey, that you're just going to kind of continue to grab. That way you can kind of find your own aesthetic flair that you're going to utilize in your patients. All right, so that is going to be it for this week, for this week's call, right at 22 minutes. So that's perfect. I always want to try to keep it short and sweet for y'all. If you do not have any questions, I'm going to end it, but I'm going to end the recording right now and I'll take questions afterwards.